Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We first told you yesterday about a 20-year-old driver sentenced in a crash that killed an 89-year-old woman on I-29. Court records suggested that Abby Sletton was looking at Facebook when she rear-ended an SUV that slowed down to make an illegal turn.
Well, many of you have been raising questions about Sletton's sentence, not just jail time or no jail time, just probation and a few $100 fine. It was never proved in court that Sletton was on her phone at the time of the crash, so she was able to plead guilty to a much lesser charge.
So how hard is it to tell if someone is using a device behind the wheel? Valley News Team's Bradford Eric explains.
Remember this?
$100 fine, you have 14 days to pay it or 14 days to contest it in court. Do you have any questions?
It was Fargo PD's Distracted Driving Blitz campaign launched earlier this month, and it put drivers on high alert that law enforcement was cracking down.
Truth be told, it is difficult to, catch somebody while texting while driving, even though it's pretty obvious that they're involved in some type of distracted behavior.
Across the river, Sergeant Graybo and a half dozen other agencies staged a mock distracted driving crash, complete with lights, sirens, cuffs, and body bags. Officials here can agree with the Trail County Sheriff when he said,
I really feel that, but that the penalty should be greater than, we got to have a reason for them to not text and drive.
Whether it involved texting and driving or not, that fatal accident on I-29 last May occurred in his jurisdiction. The Barnesville event, like mock crashes all over, is to get high schoolers to see and hear what can happen. And while they might have been there in person, it doesn't mean the message was getting through.
For students who have witnessed a crash, for students who have had that reality in their lives, it hits home very hard.
Gilland is a counselor and driver's ed teacher. He says the high number of preventable teen crash deaths is reason enough this needs hammered home. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Now in Minnesota, using a device in driving could get you a nearly $150 fine if caught. For critics who say that law enforcement is doing many other things behind the wheel, using their radio and computer and observing the area, authorities say go easy on extensive training to safely do so.
Well, when the